Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Cujo here. I'm going to show you guys how to hack or quote-unquote jailbreak your SNES Mini. First off, I want to show you guys that this is the legit SNES Mini. It's hooked up to my Elgato. This is all real time. I'm going to do it so you guys can see it from start to finish. These are all 21 original games on the console. Okay, so we'll put that down. There's two things that you need to know right off of the bat. Number one, you need to download a program that's called HACKCHI 2. I'm going to put a link in it. I'm going to put a link for it in the description. And it's going to come here. This is the version that you need to get. You're also going to need either WinRAR or WinZip in order to unzip HACKCHI. Now, something that you guys need to know, when you unpack HACKCHI or you tried to download it, your virus scan may stop you from downloading it or even running it. This is what we call in the PC world a false positive. It's not a virus, it's not malware. I've scanned it many times. It just has an algorithm that makes it appear that way, but it's not a virus or anything like that, so it's okay. So we're going to go to HACKCHI. So in order to disable it from your virus scan, you can right click, go whatever your virus scan, hit File Insight, and allow it to run. Just say that it's okay. So let's go ahead and start with HACKCHI. This is it loading. This is it loading for the very first time. You'll notice that there's other options here. This is if you guys have PAL versions. This is if you have the American or the US version. This is just for the Japan guys, but we're going to go ahead and click on SNES Mini Classic because that's what we're trying to break. Now it says, hello there, I'm very glad that you're interested in using HACKCHI 2. It's very simple to use. Just click Add More Games, select ROMs, and press Synchronize. Follow the instructions, and good luck. Okay, now comes the sketchy part for me. What we're going to need to do is we're going to need to dump the original kernel of the SNES. So, to keep things simple, I'm going to first disconnect the HDMI cable. And that just totally brought down everything in the back. And I'm going to show you guys here that I'm just disconnecting the controller. I'm going to show you guys that I'm using everything that's just straight up the SNES. So, right here is the USB. I'm just unplugging the USB. And we come right here. This is it here. Now I'm just literally going to plug this into the console. Let me make sure I'm still recording this. Yeah, I'm literally just plugging this right into the PC. Excuse me, not console. People will have a heart attack. This is the scariest part of the whole thing. You're going to need to dump your original kernel. I'm going to show you guys how to recover your kernel in case if you guys want to put the SNES back to stock. So this is how you do it. We go to kernel. We go to dump kernel. Oh, also make sure that this is turned off. You want the SNES off. If you leave that on, you are going to brick your console. Good thing I just caught myself. So make sure that the SNES Mini is turned off. The USB is plugged in correctly. Now we're going to click on dump kernel. Do you want to dump the kernel? Click yes. Now this is the part that makes me nervous. You're going to hold the reset button and then turn on the power button. A lot of people brick their console because they're letting go of the reset button too early. You only want to release the reset button once the dump kernel screen or the loading screen starts. So let's give it a whirl. Hold the reset, turn it on, and then just wait for the prompt. There it is. I release, and now it's dumping the NES kernel. It's just getting rid of everything. Now in your HACKCHI 2 folder, there is going to be a folder that says dump kernel. That is the original kernel stock of the SNES. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a copy of that, and then you can save it to your desktop. You could save it in the same folder that HACKCHI 2 is in. Just make sure that you save it somewhere in case if you want to reset the console back to stock, you can do that. All of this dumping is going to be based on your computer speed. Now it says, remember your original kernel is in the HACKCHI 2 dump folder. Do not lose it. So that we don't lose it, We're going to come over here to the HACKCHI folder. We're going to go to dump. There's the original SNES kernel. You can set the console aside for now. I would leave the console turned on like it is, and you'll see why in a minute. So we're going to copy. I'm just going to leave it in the folder with everything else so that everything's where it needs to be in case if I need it in the future. Now that's all we got to do for now. Now the console is blank. There's nothing on there. So now we're going to add some stuff. Now you'll notice here in HACKCHI 2, they already have the original games. It's all saved on here. Also, take a note down here, the 300 megabytes. This is the total memory that the SNES has on board. So you're going to fit quite a good amount of games. You're not going to do the whole SNES library, so you're going to have to pick and choose what you want. So at this stage, I'm going to show you how to add one game just to show you how it works. And then we're going to go back and we're going to add a bunch of games at one time. So what we're going to do is of course, you need ROMs. So I've already downloaded a few. We're going to go over here to HACKCHI. We're going to click on where it says add more games. And I'm going to go ahead and put in Killer Instinct. One thing, when you end up loading ROMs onto HACKCHI 2, you want to make sure that the ROMs are either USA or Japan. There are problems with European ROMs or European versions of games. They're still trying to patch that. So like that, you don't have any kinds of hiccups. Just go ahead and use the USA or Japan. So after you've added the game, with some ROMs, all of this will populate automatically as far as 2 players or whatever. Some games won't, so you'll have to do this manually. You have to click on Killer Instinct, click on where it says 2 players simultaneously. Now as far as the box art, I like to click on where it says Google, and then it automatically loads the box art. So just select one, and that's going to be the box art for Killer Instinct. All right. Now that I've added that, I'm going to want you to come up here and go to settings. All right. So up here at settings, we're going to go where it says pages and folder structure. We're going to go down. Oops. We're going to go all the way down to where it says maximum games per page folder. I'm going to set this at 60. We're going to come back to settings. We're going to do one more setting. We're going to click on pages and folder structure. And then we're going to put on pages split games equally. What that's going to do is going to put all the games in one pick list rather than divvy it up in folders for you to move through. You can set it up however which way you want to, but that's just my personal preference. Now, since you left the console still on, there it is still on, I haven't touched anything, you can go ahead and click where it says synchronize selected games with NES SNES Mini. Just click on synchronize. It's going to do a quick kernel folder. You click yes to continue. Now based on your computer speed, this may take a long time. This may take a very fast time. So right now it's creating a kernel and then it's going to load the game on there. And like I said, I'm going to show you guys how to add multiple games at once too. So this is just to show you that the program actually works, how it's supposed to work, okay? So now it's flashing a custom kernel, it's reloading everything. You'll notice I did leave the original 21 games on with Killer Instinct, so when Killer Instinct shows up on the list, you'll see that it'll boot and load automatically. On some of the games, like I said, some of the Euro games, they crash, and it's just something that they're working to patch on, but you know, the US library is over like 1,500 games or something, so you'll have plenty of games to pick from. The Japan games also work as well, so you can load up on that too. All of this is real time currently. I'm not going to fast forward this, so if you guys are looking to skip forward to see what the next step is, please fast forward. But I want to do this without that just to show you guys how simple and easy it is. Adding games is the easiest thing in the world. I mean, it's so easy. I mean, I could add my whole list of games right now at one time, and I'm going to do that after I show you guys that it actually does work. and you're probably going to want to fast forward through this part. This process is going to take as fast or as slow as your computer is. And I have a pretty beefy system. I'm on 32 gigs RAM, 8 core with the 1070, so that'll just give you an idea of maybe how long it may take you. It may be faster, it may be less, depends on what you're running it on, if it's on an SSD or whatever. There's a lot of factors involved when it comes to that. All right, so done. You can upload games to your Mini now. Press OK to continue. So we're doing OK. It built the custom kernel. Now it's adding on Killer Instinct with the box art. And it's almost done. Alright, perfect. Now, well done. Okay, now, all you really have to do is just unplug it from your PC like this, and I'm going to plug it back in to where everything was, just so you can see that this is just the SNES Mini, straight up. And just so you can see that I'm not doing anything, I'm not altering anything, it's just literally all the hardware. Plugging that back in now. Okay. And I'm going to turn on the console. The console has been turned on. Now I'm going to put it back to where you guys can see the console. There's the console. And I need to plug in this thing. There we go. And we will find Killer Instinct. There it is, right there. Killer Instinct loaded. Boom. Boom. Killer Instinct. It works fine. Everything works good. I mean, it works like a champ. So you can see my face. Playing it. It's all live, real time. And I'm just going to play a quick round so you guys can see it's actually me. Especially for some of you guys in those groups out there that are like, oh, he wasn't really doing it. So, and I'm going to get waxed here. Ooh, get off of me, girl. Get off of me. Ooh. And another cool secret too is that when you do jailbreak it, instead of hitting the reset button to go see all your games again, you just press start select and the L and R button at the same time, and it'll bring you to the main menu just like that. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to add a bunch of games at one time, so check it out. So first off, same thing again, turn off the SNES Mini. Again, I'm turning it off. I'm unplugging the HDMI. So that's one less thing I have to worry about. Let me bring you to that screen. Yeah. This is the USB from the SNES. I'm just merely plugging it in. Again, make sure that when you plug it in, the console is turned off. If you don't do that, you have a possibility of bricking your console, so you don't want to do that. So it is turned off. We're going to come back over to HACKCHI. Oops, that's the wrong thing. Coming back over to HACKCHI here. Now I'm just going to put a bunch of games on at one time. Let's start with Earthworm Jim. I'm just, oops. Actually, I've never tried it like this, so let me try it like that, see if it adds it. Let's just add all these games. I'm actually click dragging it in there. And it's loading them. I didn't think it was going to do that. I didn't think it was going to click drag. That's a first for me, so that's even way super more convenient. And it populated the list. Wow. Alright, now, instead of going by one to pick all the box art or whatever, you're just going to click drag and highlight all of these. You're going to right click, and then just click on download box art for selected games. That's really all you need to do. It's going to do everything by itself. Search for all of the box art for all the games in there. Look, it's doing Final Fight. One of the box arts didn't load. That must mean that one of the ROMs I have is bad. And there we go. It's just loading everything. So just make sure when you load all of the games, it's not always going to say if it's a 2-player at the same time game. It may not do 2 players simultaneously or whatnot. So you will have to manually come here and do these. See how it loaded the box art for them? Like Fatal Fury is 2 players at the same time. See, it did Final Fight. Final Fight 2, it did it. Killer Instinct, you need to change it. That's 1. Mega Man X3, NBA Hang Time, that's 2 players at the same time. NBA Jam, same thing. See, it did that. Ninja Gaiden's good. Sparkster, it's good. Maximum Carnage is 2 players. So you're going to have to go through here. Super Double Dragon, same thing. You're going to have to go here and do this part manually. But all the box art is already done, so that's good. I got 2 Super Star Wars here. And I think I just broke my mouse. I think I did just break my mouse. Alright, so I got 2 Super Star Wars here. Let me get rid of 1. Deleting games is as easy as just clicking delete. Boom, it's done. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 2 players at the same time. Tetris 2, that's good. This is good. I think this is 2 players at the same time too. I don't remember, but you can always fix that. Now again, synchronize selected games. Now it's telling you to turn on the console. Turn it on. Once it reads that it's fully on, it's just gonna, boom, just start loading it. We've loaded 45 games right now. There it goes. It takes a minute. Just make sure you don't unplug anything, you don't turn anything off, you don't do any of that crap. Now this megabyte, like I said, 300 megabytes is what the thing has stock. Now we're finished. That 300 megabytes also includes box art as well, so you gotta make sure that you select your images carefully. You don't want to go a super high-res image on here. Alright, so now let's check to make sure. Alright, I want to turn the console off now that it's loaded. Console is off. Alright, now, yeah, see the light turned off. Now I'm going to plug this back in. Again, I'm going to drag you here with me so you can see I'm not doing anything of difference. It's just literally plugging it into a wall. Get my camera. And I just broke my keyboard. And then, of course, the HDMI cable. Plug that bad boy in. Plug in the controller. Let me switch it over so you guys can see the actual gaming screen. See, the Elgato says no signal. I'm turning it on. Notice that the red light is turned on. Right there. It's on. Just wait for the Elgato to read it. And there you go. It's loaded. Killer Instinct's there. Final Fight. Magic, everything on here that we wanted to add in there. NBA Jam, Ninja Gaiden Trilogy, and all the games work. I mean, we'll try Ninja Gaiden to see if it works. There you go. Like a boss. Like a boss, we'll just play a game real quick, see what goes on there. And that's it. Alright guys, now I'm going to show you guys how to put everything back to stock. Straight up stock, just like you had it before you did any of this stuff. So, let me turn this off. Turning off the SNES Mini. Okay, now when you want to go back to stock, you're going to plug in. Let me disconnect this. you're going to plug in the SNES. Okay, you're going to plug it back in. Now, if you didn't delete that dump folder, that means your SNES kernel should still be in there. If you did by accident, I hope that you guys saved it like at the beginning of the video. And to make it stock, you just click kernel, you click on flash original kernel, and then you're going to have the same prompt come on that says hold the reset button, turn on the power, and then you're going to repeat those steps. Remember, do not, whatever you do not let go of the reset button before that kernel dump loading bar starts. If you do, you will brick your console and it's game over, man. Well, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Good luck. My name's Cujo, PTFO or GTFO, bitch. I'm out.